start over.
Start over? Why would you start over? Well, you're kind of starting over. So, tragic story.
Mm-hmm.
I will
very tragic.
profoundly apologize on the air that I made Jean-Luc roll back his save without knowing that he overwrote his way farther save in Kingdom Hearts 3. So he has made the ultimate sacrifice today.
I have.
To show you the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 3. I basically, like I said, lost him 12 hours and a lot of sort of secrets. But
I lost all of the work I did, the post-game work I did to get the secret ending. So when they put that up on Thursday, I'm just going to watch it on YouTube because I know.
You know. And
I know that
and
I
now
did
whoever's in here
all
knows.
of the work to
Yes.
see it, and I deserve to see it. But unfortunately, I cannot watch it on my own console. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Let's do it. Jack Sparrow.
So this is some late game stuff for those of you watching. I imagine if you're watching this, you probably are not playing it because it's Kingdom Hearts Day. So
Yeah,
you're probably,
launch day too.
You're probably watching, just playing the game.
Yeah. I figured we'd go a little farther than we did last time.
Yeah.
This
This is one of the late Disney worlds you can do, and this is probably the most interesting.
Eric
the Disney
basically owes
worlds.
you lunch. I feel like I owe him maybe a little more than that at this point. I might owe him like I don't know what exactly, but I feel like lunch is not enough. What's with the spoilers? I don't know. I don't necessarily consider it spoilers. Also considering so many people have streamed all weekend.
Yeah, there
They
were
put
people.
stuff up
there were
on
people who were
YouTube.
streaming like this. They were streaming this. They were showing the ending of the game, and they should not have been. We are abiding by the rules laid out to us. No, we're just basically it's like we were only allowed to show the first couple of Disney worlds.
Yeah,
and now
that
it's
first
like,
time. But now the game's out,
Now
or
the-
it's been out rather.
Exactly. So we have the opportunity to show some later Disney worlds, but again, none of this is really going to get into story spoilers or anything like that. So
But if you are worried,
then
you
don't
can
watch.
tune out.
Yeah,
I
don't watch
mean-
this. Yeah, if you're worried about if you're worried about spoilers,
I mean, you
at
wouldn't
this,
be in here, right?
at this point, you should be playing the game. Or if you can't play the game yet, I would still just recommend not being here.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, I'm not going to like talk about the ending or anything like that.
So wait, you have this on PS4 as well? Is that what you're saying?
I pre-ordered forever ago
Oh,
a
gotcha.
PS4 copy.
So you're gonna start all over?
Not immediately. I've in my head I was like, oh, maybe like later this year I would, whenever I eventually replay the game, I would maybe do it on PS4.
Yes.
Because the copy they sent for pre-release was an Xbox copy.
Sure.
So I figured,
Crime-
well, I'll play it on PS4.
Ryan
again.
brings up a good point.
Mhm.
If you haven't watched it yet, you should watch Jean-Luc, Lucy, and Richard, and I'm not sure if there was anyone else on that collaboration, but the history of Kingdom Hearts. If you wanted to kind of like know where you're getting yourself into, if you didn't play some of the other Kingdom Hearts or just didn't play Kingdom Hearts in general so you could get caught up, definitely go watch that. It's up on the site and YouTube. It's pretty good video, I would say. Not just because I work here and I realize I'm wearing a GameSpot shirt, but you know, it was hard work and it definitely shows.
I'll play the game on proud mode when I replay it.
Thanks, Gareth, for subscribing. Appreciate that. If you guys didn't know, GameSpot live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Fridays is usually actually Community Fridays with Jean-Luc and Ben. Ben's actually had a bad back for a couple days. I did blame Ben earlier for this lost save because I had planned another stream today, but then it kind of revolved around having Ben around and he wasn't here. Although I guess I could have just asked you the same thing, but I don't know. Then I asked you this and mistakes were definitely made.
That's good.
Someone else said that I definitely owe you lunch for more than one day. That seems kind of accurate. Maybe two?
Maybe
Three?
two.
Maybe three.
Three?
Three seems, I don't know. You have to look at the time
yeah,
lost
a
and then
lunch divided by 12 hours.
Yeah, so like, does one lunch equate 4 hours? I don't know, actually.
One lunch over 2 days. 0.5
hard to say.
HD remix.
Gareth, you don't have to spam. I see you, don't worry. Rory B is not a fan of Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't even know if he's played it, though.
I like it. I think it's a fun game. I really like the combat. I like all the Disney worlds.
Yeah, it's like that. crazy meshing of the two.
Yeah. I think it's pretty good.
So,
I think Kingdom Hearts fans, I think, will be very happy with this game.
Nice.
It's sort of like the, I don't know, everyone's talking about Kingdom Hearts today, like on Twitter. That's all people are talking about.
Yeah, they're excited, right?
They're excited.
Like, it's been so long. Was it 14 years or something like that? Or
13 years since the original, since 3. It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, like I do think there are Kingdom Hearts fans can be very obnoxious at times. I had a couple
come after you,
come after me, despite the fact that I'm like, hey, I'm also a fan of Kingdom Hearts. Like, you don't need to attack me. But I do. It is nice to see people like enjoying this game and excited about it and having a good time.
A couple of people saying Kingdom Hearts is a good game. Kingdom Hearts 3 is a good game. Yeah. Let's see. Eric, you owe John Luke a lunch at a place and time of his choosing. No matter what, you'll have to drop everything and go. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
It's fine. If that, like, helps him, sure. I told him the closest thing that I've had to feeling that way was a long time ago. What was it, second grade? No, couldn't have been second grade. It was like 5th or 6th grade. I was playing FF7, and I had got to Final Sephiroth, and I was definitely, like, way under, like, I don't think I had the tools to fight him, but I was there, and somehow, I don't know how, but my memory card had lost the save, and so all I could do was use my friend's save, but my friend had, like, Knights of the Round, he had Omni Slash, he basically had everything I didn't have or spent time into collecting, and it made that fight kind of trivial.
Yeah. So the only things I hadn't done here, and this isn't really a spoiler, is that there's like a series of optional combat challenges you get at the end of the game. I did every optional combat challenge except for the final one, which is like a, not secret boss, but just like optional boss.
Sure.
That's like really hard, probably the hardest boss in the game. And then I hadn't done that, and then I hadn't made the ultimate Keyblade.
Okay, so those are the only couple
which
things
is like the best Keyblade in the game. And so I was like, well, I can go back and eventually try and beat that boss. Maybe I'll make the Keyblade and then use that to beat him. Those are the only two things I hadn't done.
Okay, Sora.
Gotta get treasure, man. Sora really loves being a pirate.
I'm sure. Wouldn't most people? Oh, that doesn't look like anything bad's gonna happen.
No, definitely not.
What's up, Bob? Whew. So John Luke hasn't 100%ed it yet. He was probably close.
I was very close. I was super close.
I feel like as we talk about it more and more, the more worse I actually feel.
I was very close to 100%ing it. Like, that was like all I had left. But I had gotten all the I'd gotten all the lucky emblems so that on Thursday when they put out the secret ending I could watch it. And I had basically done it.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
And then if it's a spoilery question, just don't answer.
Okay.
So of all the preview stuff that we've seen, of like all the worlds and all that stuff, how many would you say, like, would you say we've seen most of the worlds already? Or would you say there's like a decent amount more that we haven't actually seen?
There are no additional Disney worlds that they haven't already shown. There are a couple like non-Disney, like Kingdom Hearts worlds that you get at the end that I honestly think they actually even showed a little bit of in like the launch trailer, which is kind of weird, honestly, because I feel like you'd not want to show that.
Yeah. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I'm not like paying attention that much. That's okay. But no, they've shown all the Disney worlds, which I don't know. I was kind of hoping they would like at least say one or two for
that was my fear. Just because now that we're like mid to late-ish game here, I was like, oh, all right, well,
like we've seen them. Oh, jeez, I'm just not playing very well right now.
No, that's all right.
My heart's not in it.
I know, because I broke your heart.
Someone's asking if this game is challenging to adults. So it's pretty easy for the most part, although
unless you're talking and playing
at the same time. Except for maybe like at the end, it gets a little tough. Like some of the final boss stuff can get a little tricky. how to do those a couple times. But if you're playing on standard, it's not too hard. It's very much like Kingdom Hearts 2. So I would, if you're looking for like a challenge, I recommend playing it on proud mode.
What are you on right now?
I'm on standard.
It's over.
Yeah, I think hardcore Kingdom Hearts fans who are like really into the combat stuff.
Oh, you're alive. No problem.
They're gonna want to play on probably.
Oh, he's
like,
literally on a
proud mode.
pixel health.
Oh, he was.
Got him. Oh, and you just casted?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I earned it.
Nice.
I'll
the treasure.
get that treasure.
What? Still good. See you later. Or not.
Ugh.
Where's Jar Jar? Who knows?
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Dude, like 20 years from now?
I don't know when they're gonna make another one. I would really like them to make, because they're gonna make more of these. Obviously, they've said that.
That's insane to me. Like,
What, that
it
they'll
just
just
like
keep making
not that they're gonna keep making them. That seems pretty normal. But like, who knows how long that's gonna take?
Sure. I mean, well, the thing is that it's weird because it's not like they've been working on this for 13 years. They didn't start making it until like 2014. They've only been working on it for like 4 years.
It's just been 13 years since the last.
Yeah, because they've been making all those spin-offs and stuff,
Yeah.
or mobile games. People don't like when I call them spin-offs, even though they are by definition a spin-off, but whatever.
Fight me. Well,
Spin-off
fight
doesn't
him.
mean it's not important. It just means it's a spin-off. Anyway, yeah, they like this game has actually had a very normal like dev cycle
Release,
for the
yeah,
most part.
Okay.
Like it is not like, I think people are under the impression like they've been making it for 13 years. Like, no, not really.
It looks good though.
It looks good. And well, that's the thing is, if they make it more, when they make more Kingdom Hearts, I would prefer they just make them on consoles. Specifically because I'm like, this engine looks like it runs on Unreal 4. This looks really, really nice. And I really love just like how good it looks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, like
Like the detail, like even when
Yeah.
we saw Jack Sparrow and
Like-
stuff like that, that was like pretty cool.
like, just make them on this system. That would look really good.
Of course.
Jack?
Finders keepers.
How did he get here so
Their
fast?
Jack Sparrow sound alike is pretty decent. There's a couple
Jack,
times where you're like,
you already have the Black
but like for the
Pearl.
most part, it's pretty good.
To which this ship holds no candle. But take what you can, mate. Now then, my ship has a captain, but it does appear I'm in need of a crew.
Love from India says infinitude. Thank you.
Suppose you'll have to do. Don't dawdle. I'm aboard.
It's weird how realistic this like Uncanny Valley, this Pirates World looks. And like you look at Sora and like Donald Goofy, and they give him like realistic like
Ready
skin
enough, Captain,
texture
but
and stuff
Aren't
Oh,
we
nice.
kinda
that you don't get on the
trapped?
other worlds. So it's like Sora looks like he belongs in Jump Force.
I know you.
Oh, really?
Like yeah, he's got that like Jump Force
Yeah, I guess that's
quality
true.
about him, where it's like
Yeah.
big dopey
Just
anime eyes, but
follow
then
your heart's
realistic
command.
like skin
Skin,
texture with
yeah.
pores, and you're like, ah, that looks real weird.
Look at those hand wrinkles.
Yeah. Dude, I would honestly love, like, I know they've like kept porting them, but yeah, if they like remade like 1 and 2 in like this engine, I would love
Don't
that.
give them ideas.
I'd play that.
Don't give
I'd
them
play
ideas.
that. Dude,
They're
remake
just
1 and
gonna-
2 in this
They're
engine?
just gonna
Hey,
give
you
them
know
the
what?
money, man.
I'm all for that. This engine looks beautiful.
Sora has the Alita Battle Angel syndrome. Didn't they like?
Yes.
Didn't they shrink
That's
her
another-
eyes though?
that's
They were
another
like
one.
way bigger, I think, and then they shrunk them a little bit because everyone was like, "Holy crap, her eyes are like way
Yeah.
too big."
It's really weird though, because Sora's like, again, he's got the anime eyes, and then you're next to Jack Sparrow, who's like
Yeah.
Uncanny Valley level of All right, so we got the ship here. This is kind of what makes this
Yes, Donald.
this world unique, is that
Seize
you
yours,
get
just
like
for-
a
Don't let this
ship
chance
with like
slide
ship
by.
combat, and you have this like very, granted it's small, but it is an open world where you can like go to different islands and explore.
So we're
Very-
playing Black Flag.
We're
right
playing
now.
we're playing Black Flag, we're playing some AC
ACO,
Odyssey right
yep.
now. But like, yeah, you got all these islands you can explore. It's
Wow.
not as big as you think, like, you look at this and you're like, wow, that's huge. It's actually like,
Like you get to them pretty quickly.
yeah, like that right there
Yeah.
is that little landmass. So it's a smaller map than you maybe. At first, I was like, holy crap, this is huge. But it's really not. But by Kingdom Hearts standards, it's pretty big, and it's cool. Like I think it is
It's a nice difference.
It's a nice difference for sure.
What the fuck? Skull and Bones is out already?
Like I enjoy that stuff. This might be a
Spoiler?
story stuff, and if it is, I'm gonna.
Should I cut away?
No, I'll just pause and
Okay.
if it is, I'm just trying to remember.
It's okay. It's gonna be all right, Donald.
Yeah, that's story stuff.
We're skipping it.
We'll skip that. It's no big deal.
Here's a dumb question I've asked for a
Yeah.
long time. Long time about Donald Duck.
Yeah.
All right, clearly the man doesn't wear pants.
Yeah.
The duck doesn't wear pants.
Yeah.
But when he comes out of the shower, he always has a towel around his waist.
Oh, that's a good point.
Why? Why?
To dry himself.
Yeah, but why would he have a towel around his waist?
Oh, why specifically around
yeah,
his waist?
why around his waist?
I don't know why around the waist specifically, but
There's nothing he's covering up. He basically commando style right now. Anyways,
That's a good question. I mean, I assume it would just be to dry himself.
here's another fun fact, right? Like with and if and when, you know, Kingdom Hearts 4, right?
Sure.
Even though it's Kingdom Hearts 3 launch day. Talking about Kingdom
Let's
Hearts 4
start with
already.
Kingdom Hearts 4. Hey man, that's like the whole thing. You beat a game and you're immediately like, yo, so when's the next one?
Yeah.
Come on, Square, get on it.
The crazy thing is how much Disney, like how many properties and things they own now. It's actually like I feel like it's a monopoly.
Oh, it is.
It's actually pretty gross.
There
and it's
was,
like how has nobody stopped them?
There
at
was
this point?
a IGN tweet, and this is not me writing on
Yeah.
IGN.
I've seen
It's
it.
the one
The
where
movie
they,
tweet,
yeah,
right?
where they were like, "Here's all the big movies
6
coming out
big
this year,"
movies or
and they were
something, and
all
they're all
owned by
Disney.
Disney.
Yep.
And it's like, just the reality of the situation. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, it's partly why I brought it up is that tweet I saw, and I was like, holy crap, I did not even think about that. And I'm like looking at them all, and I'm like, that is actually all Disney.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine like some type of Star Wars, right, at some point?
Well, so apparently, I don't know if like Nomura was really seriously wanted it, but apparently, like Marvel and Star Wars are under different like departments of Disney. So, like it was apparently they had to like. But it wasn't like they could just go through their usual channels to get it. They had to like talk to those specific departments. So it's not that they couldn't do it. I think it's with Kingdom Hearts 3. They were like, that is a lot more work than maybe is worth us doing for 3 right now. Maybe if they go at it
Again,
Again,
that's when they
from
start
the-
having those conversations
Yeah,
earlier,
like-
right? Trying to
exactly, if they maybe from the get-go at the beginning of development go in
this
specifically to
one in
do
the
that.
because you know Disney Infinity.
Right. We know how well that worked out.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I got a couple of those figurines. I like the figurines. They actually go really nice.
Crime brings up a good point. Yeah, Disney owns more than 50% of entertainment, news, and sports, and they're gonna start streaming soon.
Yeah. They it's a lot, man.
Defense.
Jeez. Oh god, I'm getting. Oh, this bro's hard.
Thanks, Sora.
It ends here.
Oh wow. What is that?
It's my super attack.
That seems pretty good.
It ends here.
Oh.
And then you can just do this.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now you can just.
Ramming speed. All right, that's cool. I don't mind that.
I'm into it.
Fire.
So
Fire.
A. Mercia asking how you guys liking the game. I actually haven't played it, but
I like it. I like it quite a bit. I think it's a really fun game. I like the combat.
I like the worlds.
I like the
obviously.
worlds.
Characters.
Yeah, I enjoy the story for how much.
But
Sure, can get.
and just as like a reference point, you are a Kingdom Hearts fan, though, right?
I would consider myself a fan of Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if I am a Kingdom Hearts fan in the way you think of.
Okay.
When you think of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
hardcore
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts fan, like I'm certainly not one of those people. But I do like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I also fully acknowledge all of its bullshit. I'm just like, yeah, I know this is bullshit. I know this is dumb and convoluted, but I enjoy it.
I bet Ben isn't around because he dislikes Kingdom Hearts so much. He's actually gonna play it.
He's gonna play 3.
No, he's just got a bad. He like threw out his back the other day, so he's recovering from that. And like I said, he could have helped. Ben, this is on you. You could have helped me save John Luke today. I'm just kidding, Ben. I'm just trying to find someone else to throw under the bus here, but
Yeah.
you know. Alexa level fan of Kingdom Hearts. That's a throwback. Yeah, I know she's excited about the game.
Sure. I'm more like a Lucy. Like talking with Lucy, I feel like we have very similar opinions where we're like, you know, grew up playing them, big fan of, you know, the nostalgia and enjoy it, but also are like,
Totally
some of this is
recognize
like
some of the crazy.
Some of this is a little bad and it's a bit much. And I'll say my problem with 3's story, it's not necessarily because it's super fan servicey, like in its story, and I don't actually mind that. Like they go real hard on the fan service. Again, I think Kingdom Hearts fans will be like actually pretty happy with it, but
What's up, Freddy?
I think that story like does get in the way of like kind of like the larger story they're trying to tell. Like the fan service almost is a little bit of a detriment to the narrative they're trying to tell at the same time, in a way that I never felt like 2 was. Like, I thought 2 had like a better balance.
Like a good, yeah.
But again, I think if you are a hardcore fan who very much cares about those fan servicey moments, I think you'll be happy with it. I don't think you'll be disappointed by any means. Let me switch my key up there.
Ooh, 24 long. Oh, come on, Jack Sparrow, do something. Negotiate your way out of this one. Man, I stopped watching Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't even know what number it's on. I think I watched like the first 3, and then I stopped.
I watched the first 3. They've made 5 of them. They made 2 of them that I never. Apparently, those last 2 were very bad. Like
I
just
don't
like
doubt that.
no one cared. There's that infamous like story where apparently like Johnny Depp had his like lines fed through him through an earpiece.
Oh, really?
For, like the 5th one.
Jeez.
I love that first movie. I think it's still a great movie.
Yeah, the first one was good.
Second was okay.
Like fine.
Third one's too long. It's way too long.
Is the third one with
Third one's like almost 3 hours. It's like really long.
some Lord of the Rings shit?
Yeah,
then.
like they were trying to go real hard on it in a way that I was like, dude, this is too much.
What's the third one? World's End.
World's End. That's the one where they have to like go. That's the one that this is based on.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is based on World's End.
Is that the one with Chow Yun-Fat?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that one was.
But he also is like barely in it.
And then Keira Knightley becomes the captain.
Yeah, she becomes the head of all the pirates. She becomes like the pirate queen.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is the
antifreeze?
That's the Monsters Inc. One. Neat.
All right, what are we pairing? Oh, he's Captain America. Just kidding. So what's your, I saw a tweet this morning about like, I think it was like specifically, I wouldn't say targeting us, but like, it was like a tweet about like us reporting on game length. And like,
I didn't make a thing about it.
No, not
Mike,
you. No,
Mike.
I'm saying like there was a tweet that was, I think it pertained to us telling people how long it took to beat like Kingdom Hearts, like game length.
Yeah,
right?
Mike made a response to that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was just gonna ask you your thoughts on it because I'm of the school of kind of like how Callie responded to it, which was that I think it's like a service kind of thing to like know how long the game is. I don't think it necessarily like is like a measurement of how good or bad a game is. It's just more of like how long a movie is, I think is what Callie said. And like just like knowing like, oh, it could take like that long. I never thought of it as like us like measuring or judging
worth of a game
based
yeah.
on time. And I was like, oh, I don't see why that's such a big deal, but I was like curious if you felt the same way or thought like, I don't know.
Well, I definitely do in general think that I do get disappointed when I see people put the worth of a game based on time in that, like, oh, this game's only
3 hours.
3 hours versus this game's, 50 hours, so obviously it's better. Even though in a lot of cases I would argue, like, well, hey, I think, Resident Evil 2, it takes you like 5 hours to beat like a campaign, right? So like, you could beat that game and see like most of its content in like 10 hours, right? And versus like, oh, I played 60 hours of AC Odyssey, but I would argue like I enjoyed all 10 of those hours versus like how much of the actual hours that I find tedious. So I always think that argument is kind of like weak and lame, but I don't think there's anything wrong with knowing how long a game is. And our tweet was not judgmental. It was literally just, hey, here it is.
This
right?
is how
like,
long it.
Because dude, I think that is a thing worth knowing. Because like you're someone who's
Whoa.
Get Rage Story out here because it's like your free gimme here. Gets all your health back.
All right, is this like?
But there's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with knowing how long a game is.
Yeah.
That's people need to know that. Like, hey, how long is it gonna take me to beat this? I can only play this many hours.
Yeah. I mean, I just think about how long like Red Dead could be technically. Like, you know what I mean? If you if you really wanted to get into
worth me investing in? Like, I think that's absolutely fine knowing. I don't see any problem with that at all.
Oh, it doesn't give you full health, huh?
What? Oh, no. It did. I just lost some of it.
Oh, okay. Because like I used so many of those kind of mechanics, even in like God of War, like rage, like going into rage was just like to get my life back.
That is
wasn't even
essentially
because
what
I wasn't
that's
even
essentially
like,
what it is. The rage form is just there to get you some health. It's sort of like a freebie.
Because even in Anthem demo this last weekend, I was really using the ultimates just to get my life back.
Yeah, I hate these guys. They suck. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Ben's here. What's up, Ben? You haven't heard me blaming you this whole time.
Oops, sorry.
Until now.
Oh, here we go.
We got this.
Would have been nice to have this when I had multiple enemies.
That's fine. It's nice to see a team attack with Captain Jack Sparrow. It made me think of the Lonely Island Guys song with Michael Bolton.
The Michael Bolton.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. Did that actually hit him?
No, I don't think so. I think he moved out of the way.
Damn, I was like, that looked really cool,
It
but
is cool.
I don't even know if it hit him.
It's one of those attacks that's like, this is better in a group.
Yeah, Ben, everyone's sending you love. I have to say the graphics look amazing, says Cyborg
They
Man.
are. They really are incredible looking. Especially when you get to go to like the Frozen stuff, where you're like, damn, this looks like I'm watching the movie.
Like that would be cool just to like play in that world with like some of my like nieces that love Frozen because
Right.
they probably like, oh my god, it's
I get to
Anna and
hang
Elsa
out
and,
with them, and yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get this.
Quizkill says, brings up a good point. I think Witcher 3 is a perfect example of a game that's long, but everything is meaningful. Can be longer if you do all the side missions, but everything still feels good. Yep, just kind of like
Sure.
echoing on your point pretty much.
Yeah. Like I'm perfectly fine with a 100-hour game if like it feels like most of those hours are meaningful to me. Like that doesn't.
Van Damme fan, there might have only been that white loading screen because we skipped a cutscene. So
Loading screens. Oh yeah, that's because I
You skipped
skipped.
this
There,
scene,
there
right?
are a
Yeah.
couple like where they're kind of loading in a little bit.
you want to talk about loading screens? Talk about an Anthem. Anyways, back to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hey, well, this is unfortunately one of the worst parts of the game.
Uh-oh.
They make you go on this weird like crab hunt, and you have to just, like,
Yeah, crab hunt.
you just have to wander around Port Royale, which is admittedly very huge, and you just gotta collect crabs. Also, I'm not used to, like, I have like the glide, so I'm just like not used to having all these abilities I don't have right now because I'm older save. Oh, right. You have to do some tricks,
Yeah, all right. Entertain the crowd.
entertain the crowd.
What's up, Robert Shaw? There's your shout out. I hope this game comes to PC, says IDV. Oh, well, it's Unreal Engine 4, right?
So a lot of people
So-
really want Kingdom Hearts on Switch, at least like the older ones,
Oh.
which
Back to your remaster.
Yeah.
Or remake.
Well,
Probably
I mean,
a
you could
remaster.
definitely do the remaster. They've already done the remaster.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So that would be easy. I'm talking like
A proper engine.
like remake those games in this engine, because damn, that would look good. This is probably like also this is the area where the frame rate drops the most, because it's just the most dense and like the realistic like the more detailed textures versus the other worlds. So if you see the frame rate dropping, just know that this is sort of like the area where it does that. Also, one thing I really like a lot about compared to 2 is those worlds were like fairly empty.
Oh
So
my
you-
god, you have to get 300 crap. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And you were now understanding what I was saying.
I didn't think it'd be 300. Anyways,
It's a
sorry,
lot.
continue.
The worlds in the other ones were pretty empty, where like they'd be like, oh, like talking about, you know, like, oh, I do this for the people, and then there's no one there, right? Like an Agrabah or whatever, right?
Oh.
But in these areas, like they actually have like, there's people walking around. Like, look at that. So
So get out of my way.
it takes advantage of the next generation.
Over here! I found you!
Alright,
JL, hide in the crowd, avoid the Templars. Ben says, I went to go start this last night, but I felt really guilty. Like, I didn't deserve to play it yet?
Did you watch all those story catch-up cutscenes?
I don't know.
They added some like videos you watch.
Oh, yeah, I
like,
saw
explain it.
either you or Matt tweeting about it or
I think I tweeted about it.
messaged about it, yeah.
Yeah. Which is good, because when I played it before, they didn't have any of that, and I was like, dang, that seems weird, because they don't explain anything, and you just
Like-
kind of have to know what's going on.
Figure it out. Uh-oh. Joe Teddy says, beautiful games like this are dying because of Fortnite. Fortnite's killing the game industry.
No.
I don't.
I
The
don't
thing is,
think
I
so.
don't think the people that would play Fortnite would be playing this game anyways. For the most part, I wouldn't say like everyone, but I would just say that the majority of that demographic, I don't imagine would be playing this game.
Ooh, let's get
Now-
my yo-yos out.
Does that mean that they wouldn't play it if Fortnite didn't exist,
Oh,
or
check
that they
it.
would play it if Fortnite didn't exist?
I got these yo-yos.
Where are they?
Look, I got them on my
Oh,
hands.
you're using them. My
Yeah.
bad.
And then do
That's
these
pretty
yo-yo
dope.
attacks.
Twin yo-yos.
I like this keyboard a lot.
Oh, geez, that's pretty crazy.
Anytime, I don't know, anytime people are like, oh, Fortnite's killing the industry, this and that, it's like, everyone said that about, you know, everyone said that about, like, the Wii, and everyone said that about mobile games and Angry Birds, and I'm like, dude, it's just a fad. It's
Yep,
like,
it's another one of those games that'll.
anytime people decry that, I'm like, dude, like, people have said that about everything. Like, things will be fine.
Just like MOBAs, or not MOBAs.
Games
Yeah,
are still
MOBAs.
around.
I mean, League and Dota still exist, but you know that whole MOBA fad outside of like those two games and maybe like a small handful of others, like you know, they're
Yeah.
not there anymore.
It's just I can certainly understand being tired of Fortnite. That's absolutely understandable. I would say I am, but I at this point I don't ever decry it as like the death of video games, because it's like, people have been saying that about games for years, and those games always like. Does people still remember Angry Birds? How big that was?
Yeah, I mean, like think about that movie that came out like kind of too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was definitely trying to ride the momentum of like all the people playing Angry Birds, but that movie was like at least a year or two late
Like-
because all that momentum had died off.
That always happens. Like I remember them being like, there was like talks about like, oh, we're gonna make a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and I'm like, dude, like that's gonna be like, even if I doubt they're still making that, and even if they are, it's like, well, you're way too late now. You're
Yeah.
like 2 years too
Yeah.
late.
We're probably not going to tell you the number of worlds just because that's spoilery.
Sure, we'll avoid that.
I'll just not say. Let's see. Priam says, I won't play this, but I'm just amazed by how big of a game this is.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of content there. It took Tamor about 24 hours, he said, to beat it. It took me 26.
Okay.
I think I did all faster than him. But then me going back and like getting all the collectible stuff took me like an additional 10 hours.
Do they do like New Game Plus? of
There
thing?
is no new game
Okay.
plus that I'm aware
Ah,
of.
the crabs. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it takes a while. That's why this is by far the most tedious part
Okay.
of the game, in my opinion. It's weird. It's weird that they put this part in. Like, I'm just like... They're teaching you about... Because you can collect crabs to upgrade your ship for some reason. Like, the crabs, like, fix your ship.
Oh, okay.
Special magical crabs.
Magical crabs.
But,
the kind you want.
I don't know why they make you collect
There's
300,
some on
because
that
that's
tree, too.
a lot.
Should have been 100.
Oh, yeah, the trees...
Right under it. Yeah.
Also, hitting the trees drops a bunch.
What is that white glow wave on all the buildings? Too late now.
That means you can run up them.
Ah, gotcha.
When that's on a wall, that signifies that you can like run on it.
Sora, over here! I found some!
I found some crabs. Yeah, I mean, crab brings up a good point too. I mean, we have a bunch of big story games, especially like last year. if you
God of
think
War,
about it.
Spider-Man.
God of War, Spider-Man, Yakuza, Monster Hunter World. Although I don't know how much of a story game Monster Hunter World is, but that was a long game though.
I enjoyed that game story for what it is. You know what? We got Metro coming out.
We got a lot, the 15. So you got Metro, you have Crackdown, you have technically Anthem Early Access,
Sure.
Far Cry New Dawn,
Far Cry New Dawn.
Jump Force, I think is the 15th.
Jump Force.
Hey man,
love
Death Note is just story, you know? You're gonna have, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't think that game looks very fun to me. But I'm just not into those kinds of...
Yeah, I
Kinds of
kind of
game.
wish like it was just, they could have just cell shaded it and called it a day, but they got that like look that you were talking about earlier where they kind of just like...
I like hate it. I'm like, I love that they went that far to do that, but I kind of hate looking at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like in that weird place that you're in, which is like, it's kind of cool, but then it's kind of like weird at the same time. And then I don't know, the combat just, when I played it, and then granted I only played a little bit, it just
Not my
didn't
kinda,
feel as crisp as I wanted it to be. I don't know.
It's just never my kind of, like, those third-person arena.
Yeah, but Naruto is really good in third person, and I just keep
Naruto
thinking about
makes sense
Like-
because of, like, just how those games are.
I don't know, because like for me, like I keep thinking about that game, and then I'm like, oh man, like I wish Jump Force was like that, and I wish oh man, what was the, I wish not One Piece, My Hero was like that, and then My Hero doesn't even feel that good as a fighting game. It's like
Yeah.
it was like fine, and it's just like super fan servicey.
Did you see the trailer teasing the new Dragon Ball game?
I still is that not the card game?
I don't think so.
Okay, because there's gonna be a game that's like the card game, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. And then I was like, here, hold on, let me see.
But it's weird how much like Fighters has like kind of ruined me. Where like I saw that and I was like, that cell shading doesn't look as good as Fighters. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I felt bad. I'm like, oh, they probably worked really hard on this. But I'm sitting there being like, Fighters looks better.
Is it Project Z? Okay.
Hey, I can
alright,
find all the
Drag-
lucky emblems because guess what? I know where they all are.
Oh yeah.
There's one right here.
Let's see.
Oh, those emblems, the
Yeah.
Mickey emblems.
That's what I spent all
Gotcha.
yesterday getting.
We'll get them again, right now.
I can tell you where they all are. I have them mostly memorized at this point. Get me some classic Mickey. Yeah, I found all the classic.
So do you have
Mickey
to like
stuff.
go to like, I'm guessing multiple worlds then?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, they're hidden around, right?
They're hidden around all the worlds.
Didn't you say like your teammates will kind of tell you like, oh hey, I think there's one here?
They do. Not every time. Not every
somewhere.
time, but sometimes they do. Some of them can be a bit tough.
Ooh, look at all those crabs.
Yeah.
Man, we'd be rich if we had a crab place, like a crab shack or something. Just selling crabs. Crabs aren't cheap, and
You don't cook
I
the
think you
crabs.
can't.
You cook the
You can't
lobsters.
when you catch crab here, you can only have so many. I think something like that. You can only catch so many crabs. I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Seafood is
see.
expensive.
Oh, it's an
here.
action RPG. Yeah, but there was no gameplay, right? It was almost like
No.
like hey, you wanna relive some of these moments, huh?
Which I was like, oh, you mean literally every Dragon Ball game ever? You know what I mean? They're like,
I'm
relive the
curious.
saga. And I was
But
like,
yeah.
but that's every Dragon Ball game. Every Dragon Ball game is just that.
But Xenoverse is technically classified as a action RPG, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is also called an RPG. Or like a, didn't they call it that? Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Oh.
The new one.
Oh yeah. The new one's like they're
So I was
classified as
like-
an action RPG.
I'm like, well, so is, yeah, exactly. Xenoblade is technically that. Like, or
Xenoverse,
Xenoverse,
yeah.
not Xenoblade.
So it could just be
Xenoblade is
Xenoverse
an
3
action
for all we know.
But they're not calling it that.
I
They're calling
know.
it like Project Z.
Project Z. But that could just be the like the fake name, you know? Kind of like how Shadows Die Twice was a thing, and then it turns out it's Sekiro, right?
So they'll just
Or
call
what
it
was it?
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, but what was it before, or what did we think it was before?
What do you mean?
Like, you know when we first saw that one teaser trailer
Yeah.
at was it E3?
Yeah.
We didn't know it was the name of the game.
It was just called. Everyone just called it. Everyone called it Shadows Die Twice because
Okay.
that was the little
little blurb at the
that was the
end.
blurb at the end.
Yeah,
So everyone
okay.
just referred to it as Shadows Die Twice, and then it turns out, oh, it's Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I wasn't expecting the Shadows Die Twice to actually be a part of the name. But yeah, I was like, oh man, just give me that season 2 of Fighters.
Yeah, well, it's out, or it's gonna be this Thursday. We're gonna probably play it. Jiren and Videl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they put Videl in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then what's his
Awesome.
name is like kind of like her partner, the same way like 16, or is it 16, 17 work?
Yeah.
Where what's his name? Saiyaman? Is it Saiyaman? Am I getting that right?
Sandman, the Great
Which
Sandman.
is basically is that right? Yeah, which is Gohan basically, right? In
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah.
He's basically
Gohan's
I'm
like
trying to
shitty-
remember because
shitty
like
superhero
yeah,
persona,
yeah.
the
So
Great
like
Sandman.
so he is like her.
Oh, that's
kinda like
awesome!
her,
I
like
didn't
16
see
or
that.
whatever.
That's
Yeah,
so
so you should watch the trailer.
Okay,
It's pretty
okay.
long.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Does
yeah.
that mean we're gonna get Mr. Satan at some point?
I don't know.
I know
always-
everyone's like, oh, he's a joke character, and he is, but I love Mr. Satan.
Yeah,
Mr.
I
Satan.
love him too, but like if they were gonna bring him in, I'd want him in that kind of capacity where he's just someone you call in, kind of like the Ginyu Force. You know,
Here's another Mickey.
you don't like. Oh, that's kind of. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, no, they do a lot of these. There's like the ones I caught earlier where it's
Mhm.
just etched in, and then there's a lot of like. If
In
you
the
look at
world,
this, if you
kind
look
of,
at this
yeah.
rock formation, it creates a Mickey Mouse, and you're like, oh, okay.
I mean, I've gone to Disneyland and I've never found the like hidden Mickeys. We kind of look every now and then when I go with my fiance, but like, I'm like, I don't see it. Because there's supposed to be one in like Indiana Jones, and I'm like, what? Nope.
Oh, like during the like.
Like while
show?
you're in the line, while you're
while
in the line for Indiana Jones, there's supposed to be a hidden Mickey, like somewhere. Like if you look back a certain way, you see a hidden Mickey or something like that.
Can't you say I love that they've never changed the Indiana Jones show and like, because I saw that as a kid.
Uh-huh.
I was like 5 or something, and I was
Oh.
like, I thought it was the coolest thing. And then I went back there like a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
and it's the same show, and I was like, that's great. They haven't changed it at all.
Fun fact.
I love that.
If you go to the Tokyo Disney one,
Ooh, that could be fun.
it's slightly different.
Ooh, what's different about it?
I can't exactly remember, but there is like
Is it because of the whole World War II? Like they kind of changed some of the.
I don't recall exactly what it was, but there are subtle differences compared to the like U.S. one. Oh, you're just all over it. How
Again,
many of those do you need?
So if you want to, it depends. I don't
So
know.
if you want what you said you
If
were
you want
trying
the
to
secret,
achieve,
if you want the secret ending, it depends. If
Okay.
you are playing on the easiest difficulty, you have to collect them all. It's like
Okay.
the whole thing. If
Sure.
you're playing on standard, you have to
how
collect
do the
less of
crabs
them.
get on the roof? Anyway, sorry.
And if you are playing on proud mode, you only have to collect a few. And
Okay.
I don't know the exact number. Like that has not been like
yeah.
revealed yet. But
But how did you know you were gonna have enough then? Oh, they're even on the
oh, because
zip
I just
line.
got them all.
Oh,
I just went and got them all.
Okay. There would be no doubt.
There'd be no doubt. It's like I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna get this ending because I just collected all of them.
Yeah. Oh, we're so close. Hiya! All right. I've been on a tangent with you. Let me check chat here. 7 more crabs. No, we got all the crabs now.
Yep, we're good.
It was 17, 18. My bad.
Um,
And then 19 is the other guy. Yeah. I honestly, like even as a kid, didn't really watch past like Cells. No, Frieza Saga. I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it.
You find the next one.
I couldn't wait 2 more
Oh my
episodes
God.
as Goku's literally holding his GD Spirit Bomb and having a conversation with Frieza, and Frieza's like, yeah, it's no problem. Just keep doing that. I can deal with it. And we'll just have a long conversation. It's like, no. Ooh, what's that?
Let's see if I can.
Ooh, is that almost like was it 15, 16? Fucking the stupid. God damn it. It's 15, right? Where he teleports. Remember Noctis teleports?
Oh, yeah.
Or has that always been a Kingdom Hearts thing?
No, that's the shock put stuff has been or Chocolat stuff was added in Birth by Sleep, and then the jumping thing is sort of like this one / like the mobility stuff is a relatively new thing for Kingdom Hearts.
Gotcha.
Here's another one.
Geez.
Also, it told me I had 16, and I was like, there's like 75 of them.
There's 75?
There's a lot. There's a lot. If I go
Okay,
to
you don't need. All right.
there's a lot.
Oh, so you've gotten a decent amount.
No, the numbers mean the red means I haven't got them.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Again, if you didn't miss the beginning of the stream, I kind of got John Luke to overwrite his save. He had all the lucky emblems.
I had them all.
And was farther in the game. But here, he basically
beat the game.
committed seppuku and was like, I'll just get rid of my save. I don't need it. I don't want to see the secret ending.
I'll look it up. I'm gonna just watch it when someone will put it up online immediately, and I'm gonna watch it.
That's fair. Do you need to skip this, or are we good?
Aye.
We
Excellent.
can, although I
Now
kind of
to
want
my
you.
final task. Be back in a
This
trice.
cutscene's real weird.
Okay, no, it's fine. And he's
So-
back. What?
There, mates. Fit to sail any sea.
I'm gonna just show this cutscene because
Now,
I just want you to
Sora,
see how weird
one
it is.
final inquiry. Is there any particular reason you wanted this ship?
Damn, he looks so good.
Yeah, it's good looking. It's a good looking game.
Yeah. To explore the seas. Free as the wind.
Good answer. You are a pirate, Captain Sora.
But Jack, why do you keep saying final? Like you're leaving.
Ah, it's because this me has run his course, mate.
He was the crabs all
This
along.
You.
Aye, the surrogate me that the goddess of the sea sent here to help you lot. And of course, any me is still me. I may be duplicatable, but I'm always incomparable. The sea, she smiles upon us, Sora. And let's leave it at that, shall we? For now, the real me has a crucial engagement. At Shipwreck Cove, where the pirate brethren will meet Beckett and his lot in battle to win back our freedom.
Then let us help.
No, it's for pirates to resolve, but not you, Sora. You're as free as the wind now, and far you'll go.
Crabs, baby.
And then he just explodes into a pile of crabs.
We could have had 300 crabs right there. God.
Anyway, I watched that cutscene and I was like, what is happening? So wait, Jack Sparrow was really a pile of crabs? What?
Magical crabs.
Magical crabs? Anyway,
So I was right.
that's a cutscene that happened in this game. I remember. I was like, what?
Aquarius, there is no timestamp of when he overwrote the save because it was before we even got on stream.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll try that thing that you sent. I don't know. If
I don't. I think it's too late for that.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Like, look how weirdly realistic. It's so weird. It looks good, but you're also like, god damn, like. This stuff is like weird.
Pretty good.
Yeah. God. All right, we'll skip that.
You just wanted to watch him walk up.
I
to
just
each other.
wanted to
Show the
appreciate the
detail.
detail. I mean, that's not really spoilers for the game. That's just spoilers for Pirates of the Caribbean 3, I
Amon
guess.
Keep Kumar says, "Hey mates, what do you think about Sekiro? I haven't played it. You played like what? A little bit.
No,
No?
I was going to, but I didn't get to go.
Yeah, that's right.
'Cause
I was like,
I
oh,
had
you finally get to go.
I had to do something else.
That sucks. I'm looking forward to it.
I think
but
Peter said he owed me something for that, and so maybe
just like I owe you something
yeah,
for that.
I'm just gonna
you
keep
better
I'm
like
gonna
keep
keep
a list. Yep.
People who owe me. Homey
I'm
things.
excited though. Well, okay. On a personal level, I am cautiously excited only because I've never been one for stealth games, and that is heavily what Sekiro is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's
Kinda like
a
a
stealth action.
Stealth action.
I like stealth.
But I'm curious to see kind of like a slight tweak or change in some of the formula from software. From software. That's a weird thing to say. Although it's kind of like Tenchu-esque, I guess, is kind of like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. There's so many games that I have to think and worry about before Sekiro. So, but I'm looking forward to it. It's the end of, I think it's March 22nd.
Yeah.
Not stealth like you think, Eric. Well, kind of.
It's got stealth elements, but it's not. I think you can still play it fairly unstealth if you want. I think it's
Okay,
just
so
more
I
like-
could just YOLO swaggins.
Yeah, you probably could.
All right. Ben says, I'm very excited for Sekiro because your boy loves Tenchu. I like to see a new Tenchu. Well, just play Sekiro because that's as close as you're going to
Yeah,
get.
it's pretty much. It was
I mean-
originally going to be Tenchu. at
Yeah,
one
and
point.
even like
They were-
apparently even the like Shadows Die Twice line is in a Tenchu game.
Yeah, apparently that is a line.
Like
from
a boss,
Tenchu.
like a boss says it or
that.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that.
I
too.
went down the real deep rabbit hole
When we
trying to
didn't- when we
figure out
didn't
what it
know,
was.
everyone's
I was like,
Bloodborne.
oh man, I'm like, there's no way it's Bloodborne, but
Do you think they'll eventually do a Bloodborne 2? Because people still really want that.
well, there were those hints. There's subtle hints in the VR game with the doll,
Yeah,
which
although
kind of made it seem like the story was kind of not finished.
Somebody from Software said like, oh no, those are just Easter eggs.
Oh.
They don't mean anything. Which, but at the same time, it's like, well, that's what anyone would say, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you would say that.
Yeah, I don't know. That game was so good. Like I would definitely play
Yeah.
another one. I don't know if like maybe
They are,
making
they are making another game. They've said like we have another game. in
Yeah, they have
the
like 2 games,
Two
right?
games
That
in the
like
works.
is it 2 games that
think
they
they said
haven't
2.
announced or something like that?
One would presumably be their Armored Core game they've been trying to work on. For a
But
while.
but is that the case though? Like did I understand that headline right? Like that the of the 2 games, like we know what they are, or were they like completely? Let me look that up.
I think they didn't say what they are, but we know that they're working on an Armored Core game.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's sort
because
of like
he
the
took off to
implication.
kind of like almost like took a break from like the Soulsy games to go do something different. Well, not different because they've done Armored Cores before, but
I call wins.
from Software to new games. Let's see. This is from GameSpot. Let the Bloodborne 2 speculation begin. Damn you, Jordan. All right.
Everyone wanted that Bloodborne.
While it isn't time to discuss the details, they are both from Software-esque games. That's all he says.
Bam.
Fire. I call wins.
And Metal Wolf Chaos XD is not the art. That's like separate from the Armored Core thing, right? I would assume.
That's just a re-release of an
Yeah,
old
okay.
From Software game.
All yeah, I don't know. This
That's
article
the
doesn't
thing.
actually dive into the fact of if they're 2 like that we don't know about, or if they count like if it counts the Armored Core game, because we know about that one. We just haven't seen anything from it.
Ben says, is it playing a rearrange Pirates of the Caribbean theme song? Yep. All these games do that. So anyway, like we're at the point in this world where you can kind of just like run around and like check out the different like islands. and
Nice.
find your hidden emblems and all that good stuff. Man, I can't do my glide. It sucks. That's how
The
you get.
gimp.
That's how you get around.
Oh, is that
You're-
something you get a little bit later on?
You get that in the next world. It's from the other games as well, where like basically you can just like fly around infinitely, and it's really good for getting around real quick when you're
looking for
collecting,
emblems.
looking for them hot emblems.
Well, stay tuned to John Luke's video of all 75.
Actually, I mean, hey, I collected all. I recorded it. I'll probably do that.
Dude, that reminds me of the wiggly monster from Monster Hunter. The sand thing over
Oh, the
there.
sand thing. Yeah.
Did you see
Jeez.
there's a hat thing? Is it a hat that you can buy? The Wiggly Monster hat or something?
Oh, like a real version of it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
want that.
I think Will Potter might have sent that in like our news chat. I can't remember. Ooh.
The bayonet on.
Ooh. Yeah, y'all remember when Front Software was making Armor Core games? They came a long way. Yeah, well, they're making a new one, right? So. Aquarius excited for Metro Exodus and DMC5. I think those are 2 games that John Luke's also
Yeah,
excited for.
DMC in particular. I'm very, very excited for. Although I like Metro, I really like those first 2 games a lot, so I'm excited for that one.
Blufa says Bloodborne 2 exclamation marks with the like, that would be very nice emoji. Let it go. God, I can't believe there's a Frozen 2.
This
They're
year?
gonna make so much money.
Oh, they're gonna
So
make
much
much
money.
Oh my god.
Crime thinks Bloodborne 2 for PS5. I don't know, man.
Sony's saving it. Sony's
Do you
saving
really
those
think? I mean, like, other than from Sony's perspective of as a console seller, right? Potential console seller.
Well, they're gonna need stuff for. So here's a question, sort of related, is we're getting new consoles soon. I feel pretty confident we're gonna maybe start hearing about them this year.
Okay.
They might come out next year.
Sure.
That's sort of what people have been saying.
I can. If I were to bet or something like that, and like you told me, like, you know, here are the years that you could predict potentially that it would come out, I would agree with you.
Sure.
That we're pretty close, but definitely not this year. But probably, you know, some type of, you know, either Scorpio, you know, like Project Scorpio time, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would just wonder, like, I don't know, like, Bloodborne wasn't the type of game that really took advantage of even the Pro, right?
Well, that's because it came out before the Pro.
That's a freaking okay.
It came out before the Pro, and it was long enough before the Pro that they never added in. Like, there were a couple games that came out right before the Pro, like Uncharted, that they added like Pro support back into, but Bloodborne was far enough that they never did that.
Do you feel like?
And I wish they did real badly.
Okay, so you think that it would enhance it? Well, I guess it probably would, because there are definitely some.
Frame rate is,
yeah, the frame rate's pretty sometimes
garbage.
atrocious.
That's like
yeah.
the biggest
Knock
disappointment
on
to that game.
Yeah. All right.
Dude, even like a PS5, like we just re-released Bloodborne to run on the PS5 or whatever.
Stop giving them terrible ideas.
Play that. Dude, they
I
did
mean,
it.
like, it's a good idea, but you know what I mean.
Dude, they did it with Last of Us 1. They're gonna do it with Last of Us 2. You know they are.
Yeah, there's gonna be a
different
version, a PS5 version for sure. There's no way.
Last of Us 2 is going to be the exact same situation as Last of Us, where I think it's gonna be like the swan song game for the PS4, and then they're gonna
what if that
re-release it for the PS5. But what I was saying is that since we're at this point where we're going to start hearing about new consoles, what do you think is left for exclusives for like both PlayStation and Xbox?
For 4.
Yeah, for the PlayStation 4 and for Xbox One. Like, what do they have left? I mean, there's Last of Us.
Yeah.
And then I think there's like Crackdown. For Xbox.
That's clearly like next month.
Like all
or
of
this month.
Like I feel
February,
like
or no,
all of
month.
the big stuff that Xbox, like, you know, all the outside of Gears 5. I think Gears 5 is maybe the last big thing on the Xbox One, because
you don't
I feel
think
like all
another
of their,
Forza?
Maybe another Forza.
Or do you think they just wait?
I don't know, because I feel like all of those studios that they bought, they're definitely making games for the next Xbox.
Yeah.
They're not making games for.
And we would have to
for this
imagine
system.
Halo 6 or whatever
Infinite.
would probably be
next. I think so.
whatever the next
Considering
Xbox
how
is.
early that game sounds like it's in.
Well, we
based on-
never really saw anything other than like it was like the tech demo, right?
Right.
The trailer
and,
was basically
and
a tech
what,
demo.
What they talked about in interviews, it sounded like that game is still very early in development. So I'm thinking that it's not going to be on the Xbox One. But like Sony, like they had a really good year last year, right? With like God of War and Spider-Man and all this stuff. But I don't think like there's going to be a God of War 2. There's going to be a Spider-Man 2. I don't think those games are going to come out on on the current consoles.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else is left, even for like. What do you think about Neo 2?
Well, that's coming out. That's in development.
You think it'll
But I don't
probably
think
make
that-
it before?
I think it'll make it before. It's also like not really an exclusive.
Yeah, it's not like-
I mean, the first one was, but I don't
Yeah.
think it will be.
But like in the same, like you're talking like really big. That's probably like a like kind of fringy.
Sony's always had the unfair advantage where all of the Japanese like devs, except for the really big ones, obviously, make their games. I got killed. 'Cause
We're talking.
we're talking, and I went to an area that I was probably like not high enough level for. But like all of those devs make games just for the PlayStation because no one has Xboxes in Japan. So Sony, like, just by virtue of being a Japanese like console developer, kind of has the advantage over Xbox, where they just naturally get like free exclusives, right?
Yeah.
Like things like Sekiro, things like Yakuza, right? Like there are all these like games that are just like, yep, we just kind of make them for the PlayStation only because then we're not going to bother with an Xbox version because we make these primarily for like the Japanese audience. So
Of course, Captain Sora.
they kind of have that weird advantage that I feel bad for Microsoft because it's like not their fault necessarily.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is like, as we were talking about earlier, I was just like, man, this is weird to see this on an Xbox, like Kingdom
Oh, it
Hearts
is.
3.
It really
Like,
is. Sure. But I like that's kind of the exception to the rule because it's like Square.
Yeah, they did make that transition, but still, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, even then before, like they didn't put out the recollections on here, so it's like if you want to play the older games, you still have to only own a PlayStation. It's weird.
Dang, this
Jeez.
looks rough.
Yeah, I'm getting beat up real hard. Never really had this happen when I went back here. I think because maybe it's because I haven't beat the story yet.
Like, you're not supposed to be here.
Maybe they want you to do all this stuff after.
368 Amon says, do you think this game will be a GOTY contender? I mean, you never know. Like,
I don't
it's
know.
super early in the year.
I've only played 2 games, but both games I've played I would put in my top 10. But it's also the only 2 games I've played this year.
Remake, right? And
Yeah,
this-
remaking
Remember
this.
seeing that island on the charts.
But that's a weird thing to think because it's like I don't know. Those are the only 2 games I've played, so it's like easy to say that.
Yeah. I mean, do you think? I'm trying to think, like, if we would even.
Do you want to like our chat
Oh, yeah,
stopped
whoops.
moving for us?
Do you think remake would count
I
for
think
our GOTY?
I think it does.
Okay.
I think I will make that argument when because I think that'll be a case to be made. But I think that game is so fundamentally different playing than the original that it is in many ways its own game, and I
Yeah.
think it would be a disservice to not count it as like worthy enough of being a contender. Because it's so like saying like like putting it in the same category as like a port is like such a disservice to it. I think. Anyway,
Wow.
I think
missed a lot of chat.
I
All
think
right.
it counts. I think it counts. But that is a debate we'll have, not for a while.
Okay, Joe Killa basically said Bloodborne with boost points has better frames. Didn't you mess with that?
It does. It is better. It is undoubtedly better, but it's not taking advantage of the Pro's hardware the way it could with like a proper Pro patch. So,
Okay.
but yeah, you're right. It is better, and that is definitely like I recommend people give that a shot.
Yeah, Xbox does now own the developers that made Senua's Hellblade. Let's see. John Snow thinks Last of Us 2 for PS5 launch. I don't think so. I think it'll be more likely that what John Luke had mentioned earlier will happen, which
It'll be
is
the
you'll get
swan- it'll be the swan
PS4.
song.
Hopefully, we probably like what you speculate maybe this year, right? For
Oh,
Last of Us 2,
Ooh,
or you think?
no, I bet early next year.
Okay,
I don't think this year.
all right.
I'm saying early next year.
Either way,
again.
before PS5 though, right?
I think
And
it'll
then
be
it'll
before
like have
PS5.
like a PS5 version.
Because I don't think the PS5 will come out until
You think past 2020?
I think the PS5 would come out past 2020. I think it'll come out, or no. Sorry, it'll come out in 2020. I
Like,
think it'll come out
End of 2020.
like end of 2020 or like mid or end, like
of 2021.
yeah, or, no 2020.
Okay, 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like next year in the fall, I think is when we'll get the PS5, and I think we'll get Last of Us 2 in like your April kind of window, the way Last of Us 1 had. Because Last of Us 1, if you remember, came out like the week before E3.
Right.
Which I didn't work at GameSpot at the time, but I imagine that must have been fun.
Those are fun times. For sure.
Fun.
Is the ship battle better than Sea of Thieves?
No, I like Sea of Thieves.
I think didn't Sea of Thieves get a bunch of like updates? Like
It did.
we don't
Apparently
have
it's
the
real-
swamp monster Nick Margarita.
Yeah, but
to-
apparently people are into that game now. It's more comparable to like an Assassin's Creed. I'd still say like Assassin's Creed has like that better boat feel, where like you play this and it feels like weirdly like arcadey and floaty, where you're like, oh, the ship just kind of turns. It doesn't have like the weight. They put a lot of ooh. Somebody tried to log in me or something.
over-
This happened during the other stream too, but it's weird because like I don't know anyone who would use my account.
Is someone in the speed zone maybe?
Maybe. It could also be my parents trying to log in to watch a movie. They have an Xbox at home, and I think it has my account on it.
Oh, nice.
They use it for that 4K
Oh,
Blu-ray player.
that's another good one. Death Stranding. Do you think that that's just gonna be like
That's
a
definitely-
PS5
that's a
and
P-
nothing
yeah.
until PS5?
That is definitely a PS5 game. I can guarantee. Oh man,
Oh yeah.
am I able to continue? Exit the game? No.
Stop it. Whoever's
Jeez.
doing that. I'm about to peek outside and like look to see if somebody's like literally.
I honestly bet you it's my parents.
They're like, oh, we just want to watch some Netflix.
Because they probably normally don't have that problem because I barely use my
on the
Xbox.
Yeah. Crime thinks both PS4 and PS5 for Death Stranding.
I
Kind of
can
like
see it
our
coming-
like Last of Us argument.
I can see it coming
Last
out
of
on
Us 2, rather,
PS4
sorry.
as like a, but I don't think it'll. I don't think that game will come out until the PS5 is out for sure.
Give Kojima even more time. We'll be eating toenails by then, or ripping toenails.
Prepare to set
Ugh.
sail.
That was like a real crunchy moment. I remember during that trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ripped his like toenail off, I think. But there's a lot of weirdness going on in that trailer. Oh yeah, Cyberpunk too.
I don't think. I
think
don't think
next-
that's gonna be this.
You think next gen
Dude, yeah. Look, you look at how. I'm like that game will not run on these consoles that well. It has
So
to be
you
next
think-
gen.
So okay, there's no way that game just goes PC first and then console later, right?
No, I don't think they would do
It would be
that.
it'd be like all three or nothing.
I think it'd be all three or nothing. I think it's going to be next gen, and I don't know if the timing would work out, but I bet it would be real great if it was a launch game for those systems. You buy your new system and you're like, because that's the thing, you always buy a new console and you're like,
You need a yeah. Well,
there's nothing on it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that was my PS3 mistake. That's 100%.
that was my
legit.
PS4 mistake as well.
Uh,
I had Killzone Shadowfall. I was like,
oh,
all right.
yeah.
And
It
then
looked good though. It
looked
looked
good,
good,
it
but I
looked
don't know
good.
about yeah.
It was a good like hardware tech demo thing, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, and I
It's
mean,
kinda
I made
whatever,
the same
man.
argument with Breath of the Wild. I was like, dude, they're gonna wait. I'm like, you want a game to sell you wanted the Switch to sell? You keep Breath of the Wild
Yeah, exactly.
as a launch title. And
But,
you're-
like-
I mean, I bought a Switch for Breath of the Wild. Hell,
If they can get the timing where it's done, I bet you they'd be like launch game for the PS5, Xbox 2, whatever they're gonna call it.
Yeah.
And then that is your like big. That's your big like. Oh man, you gotta get. Like even if they don't have like a big exclusive, it's like dude, you gotta get the PS5. Like you can play Cyberpunk on it.
yeah.
Like that's the game that convinces people to buy a new system. Cyberpunk. Can you imagine if like say like Red Dead 2 was like a launch game for like a new system?
that probably
Yeah,
sell.
I think
like that game sold like crazy well.
I think it's
if
the
I'm
same.
not
I think it's the
mistaken.
same thing. That's your like big like this gets people to buy your new system.
The system sellers,
That's
right?
the system selling.
Hikiko Kami says, why would Death Stranding come out on PS5? Kojima doesn't want another Phantom Pain.
Not sure what you mean by that.
I don't know. It didn't. Phantom Pain did well. It was like, what was it? Like our third game? That was the year Bloodborne came out too, though. And I remember us getting Bloodborne to 4, and we're like, yeah, we got it to 4. Mike, Tam, we did it. And then it was like, shit, we could have got it higher, I think.
Yeah, that was a tough year though. There was a lot of games that year.
That was Witcher year.
Witcher
too,
year
as well.
Rocket League,
Yep, Rocket League.
Metal Gear,
Oh man, yeah.
Undertale.
I don't
Sure,
think
no one was
Undertale
fighting.
made
Yeah,
it.
no one was probably fighting for Undertale. You didn't have me and Callie and Michael. Been a very different conversation. I would also voted for Bloodborne. That was like my game of the year that year for sure.
Yeah.
Like looking back on it, I'm like, that's the game I remember most fondly.
I don't know. The Witcher wall was like impenetrable. I feel like
That's
that year.
fair. It's like what happened with
Overwatch.
Pretty much, yeah. Overwatch, Breath of the Wild, Red Dead for the most part.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
It was a little easier this year though,
Yeah.
in terms of like, yeah, just our process.
I enjoyed that process. This year.
Joe Teddy, I have not played Maximo.
So they're all from the top.
Are you okay, Busta? Woo! Whoa, were those yo-yos?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yo-yo blade.
What's this game all about? Oh, you gotta watch the history of.
Yeah, man.
Go watch the history of Kingdom Hearts. Jean-Luc, Lucy, and Richard put in some fine work to get you caught up. So yeah. Send me over, goofball.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, we live stream Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be back tomorrow when hopefully Ben's back doing some Monster Hunter because there's a big anniversary for the game. As
That Geralt stuff's also in like a week or two.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
I need to put that in the doc.
Yeah, that's like early February.
And what are we doing? Thursday, like I said, Dragon Ball Fighters. Checking out the DLC. Some Jiren. You gotta think he's gotta be OP, but they'll probably balance him. But he's like one of the strongest dudes in that anime. And Videl. And then Friday, I didn't talk to John Luke and Ben about this yet, but you know, technically Anthem demo's out, so I don't know what their plans were. But that could be a loading screen stream as well.
That was my whole weekend. I occasionally would hop
Really?
in and be like,
I got in real easy on the weekend.
I eventually got in, and I was kind of just like, whatever. I was kind of not feeling it. I need to spend more. I admit that I need to spend more time with it, but like the amount of effort it took to get in, I was just like, dude, this is not worth it.
Could be demoralizing. So the scary thing about this weekend compared to last weekend is last weekend was like quote unquote the VIP demo, which, you know, in theory there were less people
Right.
trying to get in there. This week's the open
Sounds like they
demo,
fixed
so like
a lot of,
everyone's gonna try to get in.
It seemed like there were weird issues that they specifically fixed, so I think
I still had the loading bug issue,
no, I
but
had
it was
the loading,
easy to
I had the loading
fix.
bug.
But it was just annoying to have to fix it though.
John Luke, which Kingdom Hearts is the most ridiculous name? That would be Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage, which is part of the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue collection.
So many words. I heard Kingdom Hearts and then a lot of words.
There's a lot of words after that. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that is.
Whoa, fireworks. Oh yeah. I'm about this rage life. Like a demon version.
that get out of jail
Turning
free
into a
card.
demon.
Yeah, it's weird. It's in 2 it was like a punishment system, but in here it's more of like a weird like get out of jail free card.
Ooh, control from Remedy. That's also, I don't know if that'll be.
Oh, that game looks cool.
You
Peter
think
seemed
next
really
gen, or
stoked
you
about
think
that. I don't
you
know.
think current?
I could see this gen. It's not a exclusive or anything. I think it's a Microsoft. Looks cool though. Get him,
Can you
Goofy.
link the post of the Kingdom Hearts? Yes, I can. Link the Kingdom Hearts history of. If I could spell history of right.
Seems like enemies. No, I'm just reading some questions.
Oh, gotcha.
Seems like enemies love getting wailed on and not very aggressive. Do you ever feel like you're gonna die in battle in this game? There are some tougher enemies where you do have to be a little more on your toes, but on the standard difficulty, the game is not particularly challenging for sure. It's only when you get to like some of the like boss stuff where it feels like more demanding. I'm honestly not playing very well because I'm just sort of like I'm on the screen and I'm answering questions, so I'm not really like focused, and I haven't really died or anything like that.
Where's
so.
the health? The health's on the top right. For the enemies.
For the enemy, yeah. My health is on the
Bottom. Near, yeah. You see
So
it. It's a
yeah,
green wheel.
it definitely feels like it's standard mode, like it's pretty easy. But there's the harder mode, which will definitely be more of a challenge if you're looking for. You can also do cool. That's what is there still an enemy around? There's some cool extra stuff you can do, like you can set it so that you never level up. It's like a fun, like hardcore like challenge kind of thing.
Whoa.
You can also change it so that magic in this game works like it does in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you use it up and then it has a cooldown, and once that cooldown goes away, you can use it again. In Kingdom Hearts 1, magic would not replenish unless you used an item or healed yourself to bring back your magic. And so you can actually set it to work that way and make it harder if you want, which is
That's cool.
a nice little touch.
Yeah.
So they have like options for people who want like or more of like a hardcore challenging experience. But yeah, it's sort of the standard difficulty is meant to be like accessible and fun, which I think is sort of like the right way to go about it. These games have a very low skill floor, but then like an incredibly high skill ceiling. Like there is a lot of depth to the combat. Like I've seen videos of people who are like those like hardcore like DMC like combo video type people, and they also do like Kingdom Hearts videos, and I'm like, holy shit, you can do that in this game? Like that's insane. Like
We're farming crabs again.
yeah, we are. Because I'll level up my ship. Level 3.
And we didn't even get those crabs when what's his name? Johnny Depp disappeared.
Microtransactions in this game? No.
Max
nothing.
Holton asking, can I play Kingdom Hearts 3 if I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game before? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. There's the story stuff at the beginning that you can read to or watch videos of to catch up. You will definitely not have a hard time following the main plot, but I would say that you can enjoy the Disney stuff and appreciate it for what it is. It's self-contained, and gameplay-wise, it's very accessible. So if it's interesting, if it's something that interests you, I'd say it's worth giving it a shot.
Yeah. I mean, Ben's doing it blind pretty much,
Ben's
right?
doing it blind. I would love to hear, like, it's going to be interesting to see in the next, like, week or so, the people that do try it and how they feel about it. Like, I'm very curious. Yeah, it's kind of 50-50.
Well, I bet you there's a lucky emblem
Oh,
here.
I bet you there's a lucky emblem
Oh,
over
yeah.
here.
Yeah, there is. Let's,
Thanks, Goofy. Oh, I see it.
Yep.
It's on the left. But only because he told me there was one nearby.
Let's see. Let's see.
Nailed it.
there we go.
What do you want to do? You want to do one more island or?
Yeah, we could quickly do an island.
Prepare.
BRB trading RE2 for this? How much would you even get? I feel like trading in games, you usually lose out on a
Yeah.
lot.
I guess RE2 would be one that people would... I've never been into trading in games. It's just not my thing. I like...
Keeping them.
well, yeah, I also typically only buy a game if I, like, want to keep it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like
Do you
that's
miss rental services, or do you think that just wouldn't work anymore?
I did used to use... Well, I had local stores that had that, and then for a while I did use GameFly.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is still around, actually.
Let's see. I think it is.
GameFly was weird, though. You had to, like, game the system to, like, really, truly take advantage of it.
Yeah, Gamefly's still out there.
Like, if you wanted to get a new game when it came out, you would have to basically, like, intentionally leave a slot open and then ask for it to, like, guarantee you'll get it early. But there's a fun fact. If you they had a program where when you rented a game, you could say, hey, I want to keep this, and then they'll let you like pay a certain amount of money to keep it. And if it was like a really old game, it would usually be like $5-10.
That's pretty good.
If it was a new game, it would be like $40, like $45.
Wow.
And if you were someone who, like, if you timed it where you would get it right away, you would essentially get a brand new copy that no one else has used yet. And then you could just say, hey, I want to keep that for $45, and then I would save like $15.
That's pretty good.
And then I would just immediately get another game, because then that slot would be open.
So you were playing the game that was GameFly.
Yes, I was playing the GameFly game to maximize my my games I got and my money.
Careful!
But honestly, that was like enough of a hassle to do, and then it's like, who?
Well,
and, you
back
know, how,
then you were probably trying to find ways to save $15. 'Cause
Exactly.
That, like, helps you buy the next game, right?
it's
So-
definitely not something I'm just like, I don't need to bother with that anymore. But that was how I used to try and game the system a little bit.
I used to Blockbusters and the Warehouse videos of the world.
Oh yeah, and we had a Hollywood Video.
Yeah. I feel like, oh yeah, Hollywood Video too. My friend used to work there.
Although my Hollywood Video was actually, I don't think, part of the Hollywood Video chain. It was just called Hollywood Video, but it was just like or maybe it was like they used the name, but it wasn't like it was kind of its own thing.
Yeah, because I feel like some of these games you could actually just rent for like $5-10 or whatever for like 5 days and get your like bill and just like return it.
My Hollywood Video let me actually rent out consoles too. So like as a kid, I never owned like an Xbox or something. I would be like, I'm gonna rent an Xbox and a game for like a weekend.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
play
the
and then-
systems. Yeah. I just saw on like Reddit someone was like, yeah, remember these days? And it was like an N64
Yeah.
in a little case that you could just rent out.
You
Yeah.
like rent it for the weekend and then like play a game. I did that.
I've done that once, I think. Forgot which console it was though.
Yeah, I used to do that with the Xbox, the original Xbox. That was fun. Cool. There we go.
Wall climb looks pretty satisfying.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I'm not doing much of that, but you can like do stuff like that launch thing I did with the ship. You can do it with, like enemies and stuff too. You can do stuff
Oh,
like that. Like I'm really not taking advantage of some of the.
you're not styling.
I'm not styling as much as I could be. I would love
You need
to.
a S rank. You need those ratings.
I would love to see some hardcore people who are like really good at this game and the kind of crazy stuff they can
It's
do.
like crazy min-maxing.
Yeah, there's. You ever go look up like Kingdom Hearts like combo videos? You're
Yeah,
like,
Blupo,
"Damn."
you will.
Where they're playing on like critical mode and not that kind of nonsense.
I bet we'll find some ingredients.
We'll find some
around
ingredients around here. That's like the meme of this game. Is they just say that all the time.
Immoral.
There.
Okay.
Oh no. Our yo-yos.
Well, you get the glide ability later on. Yes, yes you do.
Let's
Look at that.
see.
Look emblem.
Oh my goodness.
These are
Always
tough.
be on the lookout.
These are tough.
Always be on the
Especially
lookout.
this one because you have to go to all the different islands. This one's like
Oh, there's multiple? Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, they're like all over the place. So it's a little bit of a tougher one to
Take this.
get.
Ooh, that was a lot of crabs.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why, but I really want him to use the key the way it should be and not just tap the box open.
Tap.
I want him to like turn it to the right or whatever.
How long did it take to install Kingdom Hearts 3? We got fast internet. It didn't take too long. It was only 32 gigs. It wasn't that big.
That's not that big, surprisingly.
For a
actually.
game as big as this and that looks as good as this, I was shocked how small the download was.
Prepare to set sail.
You got any more hidden Mickeys you need to go get?
Oh,
Since
man.
I lost all of them for you.
I mean, I wouldn't even do it on this save anyway. So if I was to redo it all anyway, I wouldn't even do it on this save. I have a save that's further than this.
Alright.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm
Alright.
not even gonna bother with that. Like I said, I got a PS4 copy. So
Maybe you'll do
if
it
if I ever, when I eventually replay this game at some point, I will replay it on the PS4 and I'll just do it there.
Speed.
Sounds good to me. Where are you headed to now?
It's gonna head to this Luck Island.
Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap up after the Luck Island.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Excellent.
We are on the 1X.
You're on the 1X. Looks nice. It runs well.
Yeah, it's the same size. That's the 32 gigs was for the 1X, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. The X will have like different installs depending on if you're installing HD content. Game looks good in 4K. Doesn't have HDR though, which is kind of weird. But regardless of that, it still looks really good.
Man, how come you can't shoot a volley like that?
Let's do this.
I can do this.
All right.
I got that.
Smash.
Here we go.
Oh no, does that still count? Okay.
Yeah. It
Splash
makes, like, a
damage.
tidal wave.
Fire. Yeah.
What was that, Donald?
Take
Did it.
this.
Show the Toy Story World. If you watch the other stream,
Yeah,
You'll see
we
it.
did a stream last week where we showed off the Toy Story World.
Pirate's Life for me.
Well, we can sure explore a lot at this pace.
That's about it.
Okay. You want to wrap it up there then?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Sounds good to
Me.
me.
That's just
Well-
a little taste of the game. Kept it spoiler free for the most part, just kind of running around. Yeah, this is probably one of the most unique worlds in the game because you can get like the ship stuff and you're going to different islands and you get this like weird like AC Black Flag vibe
Yeah.
that you don't get with the other worlds. But yeah, that's the game.
Awesome. Yeah,
I
that
like
was it's fun times. Check out Moore's review on the site. It's also up if you haven't and you want to catch up on Kingdom Hearts before you play, assuming you haven't played yet and you want to know what's up. Kingdom Hearts 3, or not Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts History of is also up. I'll post the link again in YouTube chat here in a second. Just find work by Lucy, Richard, and John Luke.
Yep.
Check that out. And yeah, come back tomorrow when we're streaming some more games. We appreciate it. I appreciate John Luke for sacrificing his save for this stream.
Yep.
So I'll probably go get him lunch. And until next time, thanks so much, John Luke. Any last thoughts? Anything?
No, it's a good game.
All right, there you go. Boom.
Hope you guys have a fun time with it.
Peace.